Step back in time to the American Civil War and see the Confederate South as you've never seen it before, in stunning, restored color. These rare portraits of Confederate soldiers bring history to life, revealing the faces and stories of men who fought in one of America's defining conflicts. Join us as we reimagine the Civil War South with vivid detail and unforgettable images. Private Nathan Nesbbit, Company H, 55th Tennessee Infantry. Nesbbit enlisted on October 19, 1861 in Trenton, Tennessee. He was captured at Island No. 10 on April 8, 1862, and sent north as a POW. Paroled, he continued to serve. He was captured again on November 30th, 1864 at the Battle of Franklin, Tennessee, and sent to Camp Douglas. He was released in June 1865 at the end of the war. Sergeant James Otay Gloucester, Gaines Invincibles, Company G, 13th Tennessee Infantry. It appeaser Gloucester enlisted on May 24, 1861 in Jackson, Tennessee, but his military records give various dates and locations concerning his enlistment. He enlisted as a private, but was soon elected sergeant. He was killed at the Battle of Murfreesboro, Tennessee on December 31, 1862. The 13 served in Vaughn's Brigade, which also included the 12 Th/47 Th Tennessee Consolidated Infantry, the 29th Tennessee, and the 154th Tennessee Infantry Regiments, as well as the 9th Texas Infantry, along with Allen's Tennessee, Sharpshooters, and Scott's Tennessee Artillery. They followed the same path as Loomis/Colton's attack on Woodruff's Federal Brigade near the Harding House. Similar to the Loomis/Colton attack that morning, Vaughn is also initially driven back. As with any action in any battle, unless otherwise rarely stated in military records, it is hard to specify for certain when and where a soldier was wounded or killed. It could have been before or after this action, but this area is where the 13th Tennessee Infantry was engaged. This area today is in between Medical Center Parkway and I-24, and has been totally destroyed by roads and businesses in the area to the extent it is difficult to ascertain with any certainty where troops were even generically located during the battle. Perhaps the most romantic love letter ever written. An amazingly poignant love letter. Simply amazing. Sergeant Marquee Lafayette Bryan, Company F, 28th Tennessee Infantry, written to his wife Selena Catherine Wagner Bryan, slightly edited. Dalton, Georgia, April 16, 1864. Dear wife, I embrace the present opportunity of sending you a few lines. I am well and have been with slight exceptions. I am extremely anxious to see you and our dear ones. How hard and ruthless is the fate that separates us, two, whose affections are knit together by cords stronger than death, who are permitted to follow their destiny, who walk the journey of life with the same evenness and unvarying step with which two twin stars promenade the blue pavement of the skies, to be thus separated, not only denied the sweet privilege of commingling in conversations and participating in those sweet caresses so felicitous to those whose hearts beat in perfect unison, as if the same pulsation, but to be so separated as not to be able to even hear from each other. But let us trust that he who directs all things well will yet so decree that we may be together and live as nature intended. Time and distance but strengthens my affection for you and my children. Remember that though far away, I think of you often, and will remain your devoted and affectionate husband until death. Signed, Marquee L. Bryan. Marquee Lafayette Bryan was mortally wounded at the Battle of Franklin, Tennessee on November 30th, 1864, and died due to those wounds on January 1st, 1865. Private I. A. Stone, Company I, 13th Tennessee Infantry. Stone's date and place of enlistment are not mentioned in his military records. He was lightly wounded at the Battle of Murfreesboro, Tennessee on December 31st, 1862. Late in the war, he served extra duty as a butcher. Lieutenant John Rainey Jano Creighton, Company B, 154th Tennessee Infantry. Company B became a company of sharpshooters, known as Allen's Company Tennessee Sharpshooters. Creighton enlisted on May 14, 1861 in Randolph, Tennessee, and was killed at the Battle of Murfreesboro, Tennessee on December 31, 1862. Private Lemu L McMahon and Private Andrew Ansley McMahon, Company B, 24th Tennessee Infantry. They were residents of Franklin, Tennessee, and enlisted on August 24th, 1861 at Camp Truesdale. Lemuel was sent home on sick furlough and given a discharge on November 15th, 1861. Andrew became sick during the same time, but recovered and continued to serve. He was captured during the Battle of Nashville on December 16th, 1864. He took the oath of allegiance in May 1865. Second Lieutenant Alexander Hatcher, 2nd Company F, 23rd Tennessee Infantry. Hatcher enlisted on July 13, 1861 at Camp Truesdale to serve for 1 year. He resigned in commission on May 10, 1862 at Corinth, Mississippi, roughly a month after the Battle of Shiloh. 2nd Lieutenant William Foster Kelly, Company I, 17th Tennessee Infantry. Kelly enlisted as a private at Big Creek, Tennessee on August 15, 1861. He died in 1864 at Strawberry Plains, Tennessee. Possible unknown soldier Coel 1st Tennessee Heavy Artillery, based on the ID'd image of Private Whitten. From Dent Meyer's collection. Published in Military Images Magazine Volume 20, Number 3, NOV, December 1998 back cover. These Johnny Rebs fought at the Battle of Shiloh 163 years ago. This photo shows the officers of Rutledge's Battery, Company A, 1st Tennessee Light Artillery. It was taken at Watkins Park, Nashville, in the latter part of May 1861, just after the battery was mustered in. The cannons for this battery were cast at Brennan's Foundry at Nashville and consisted of 4 6-pounder smoothbore guns and 2 12-pound howitzers. During the first year of the war, the battery took part in several engagements and 2 notable battles, Mill Springs or Fishing Creek and Shiloh. The officers here shown from left to right. Start of the upper row are Frank Johnson, George W., Trabouille, Jack B., Long, James C., Wheeler, E.D. Falconet, A.M. Rutledge, Joe E. Harris, George E. Purvis, J.P. Humphrey, J. Griffith, and M. S. Cockrell. 3 of the officers in this picture, Falconet, Rutledge, and Cockrell, were promoted. Captain Rutledge was promoted to be Major of Artillery and was assigned to duty on the staff of General Leonidas Polk. 1st Lieutenant Falconet became a captain in the cavalry service, and 2nd Lieutenant Cockrell was appointed 1st Lieutenant and was assigned to duty in the Ordnance Department. Hence, because of heavy losses, the battery was merged at the expiration of the year for which it had enlisted with McClurd's Battery, and its history after that time is the history of that battery. Private Francis Marian Sandrich, Company E, 17th Tennessee Infantry. He was severely wounded at the Battle of Rockcastle Heights, Kentucky on October 21st, 1861. He was later discharged from the military due to those wounds. Private Edward Green Clark, Company C, 7th Tennessee Infantry CS. He was killed at the Battle of Second Manassas on August 27, 1862. Private Ruben Douglas Clark, Company C, 7th Tennessee Infantry. He was transferred to the staff of General T. H. Bell. Wounded on November 9, 1864 near Murfreesboro, Tennessee, he died due to pneumonia near Tuscumbia, Alabama on December 29, 1864. Hardin County, Tennessee Confederate Soldier James Madison Cherry Sr. At the time of the Battle of Shiloh, General U.S. Grant had his headquarters at the Cherry Mansion in Savannah, Tennessee, which was a home of William Cherry. William and James were brothers. His younger brother, Henry H. Cherry, was in Company G, 1st Confederate Cavalry, captured in Hardin, November 1863. James was a widower by 1880, so there isn't a pension record for his widow. Private Charles Dixon High, Company A, 23rd Tennessee Infantry. High enlisted on August 23, 1861 at Camp Truesdale. He was wounded at the Battle of Chickamauga on September 20, 1863. He recovered and served until the end of the war. Unidentified soldier in Confederate uniform from Montserrat's Tennessee Battalion. Thank you for watching this journey into the Civil War South. We hope these restored photos gave you a new perspective on history. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more breathtaking glimpses into the past.